I remember the day my world tilted on its axis. The day ambition turned into a weapon I wielded with both pride and pain. I am Helena Montez, 35, a senior bank executive in the heart of New York City, where the skyline seems to scrape the heavens. My rise to this position was not a fairy tale. It was a journey marked by grit, determination, and a hidden ambition that few could comprehend. I had climbed the rungs of the corporate ladder, but beneath the tailored suits and polished demeanor lay a relentless fire, a hunger for more than what life had served me on a silver platter. My parents had a different vision for my life, one that revolved around stability and a conventional path. They disapproved of my hunger for success, labeling my aspiration as greed. Their voices echoed in my mind, warning me against aiming too high, against wanting too much. But I forged ahead, driven by a desire to prove them wrong, to show them that ambition can be a beautiful thing. In the midst of my whirlwind career, I found love. His name was Daniel, a charming man with an infectious laugh and a heart that matched my ambition. We were inseparable, two souls dancing through the chaos of life, dreaming of a future together. I remember the day he proposed on that rooftop, the city sprawling beneath us, lights twinkling like stars. My heart soared, and for a moment, I thought I had everything I ever wanted. But that dream shattered like glass when, just weeks before the wedding, Daniel called it off. The words hung in the air like a thick fog. I cannot marry someone who is constantly chasing after the next big thing. My heart crumpled, the betrayal slicing through me, weaving a wound that felt unbearable. I was left standing on that rooftop, the world around me fading as I grappled with the sudden reality of my life. I poured myself into work, drowning my sorrows in spreadsheets and board meetings. The pain of Daniel's rejection became my fuel, igniting a fierce determination within me. I was not going to be just another statistic. I was going to rise from the ashes, and I would do it my way. If you love Helena's journey, like and subscribe to join her next chapter. As I climbed higher in the banking world, I made enemies along the way. My ambition often rubbed people the wrong way. I faced whispers behind my back, the accusations of being ruthless, cold, unfeeling. But I never let it sway me. I was a woman in a man's world, and I had to fight for my place. Then came the day I found out that Daniel had moved on. He had a new girlfriend, someone who seemed to fit perfectly into the mold that I had shattered. I felt the cold grip of betrayal tighten around my heart once again. How could he have so easily replaced me? But rather than wallow in despair, I took that pain and transformed it into a mission. I would build an empire that would make him regret ever doubting me. I started making strategic moves in my career, investing in projects that no one else believed in. I saw opportunities where others saw obstacles. I used my knowledge of finance to invest secretly, turning my savings into a nest egg that would allow me to retire early. I was no longer just a bank executive. I was a force to be reckoned with. Each success was a dagger in the heart of my cast, a reminder that I was more than what Daniel had made me feel. I built a reputation for myself, one that echoed through the halls of power. People began to recognize my name, and I reveled in the sweet taste of their respect. I became known for my ability to turn failing projects into gold mines, for my uncanny knack for spotting trends before they emerged. I no longer needed anyone's validation. I had taken my pain and turned it into purpose, and with each victory, I felt stronger, more alive. It was not long before the universe threw another curveball my way. One of my former colleagues, a mentor I had once looked up to, attempted to sabotage my latest pitch. His betrayal hit hard, a reminder that the higher you climb, the sharper the thorns. But instead of backing down, I fought back with everything I had. I exposed his underhanded tactics and turned the tables on him. The board chose me over him, a victory that tasted sweeter than any I had ever experienced. I remember standing in that boardroom, the air electric with tension, as I delivered my presentation. I could feel the eyes of my peers on me, the weight of their judgments hanging in the air. But I stood tall, my voice steady as I shared my vision. In that moment, I knew I had come full circle. I had transformed my trauma into triumph. I had reclaimed my power, not just in the corporate world, but within myself. My parents, who had once disowned me for my ambition, now found themselves reaching out, asking for my advice on investments and financial planning. It was ironic, really. They had labeled me a dreamer, but now they were the ones seeking my guidance. I welcomed them back into my life on my terms. The power dynamic shifted. I learned to forgive them, not because they deserved it, but because I needed to move forward. I realized that the pain of betrayal could serve as the foundation for something beautiful. I became a beacon of hope for other women in the industry, sharing my journey and encouraging them to embrace their ambitions unapologetically. My story became one of resilience, and I found joy in helping others find their voices. In the end, I emerged not just as a successful bank executive, but as a symbol of justice served cold. I'd taken revenge on those who doubted me by proving them wrong, not through anger, but through success. I had transformed my life from one marked by betrayal into one filled with purpose and power. I reclaimed everything they tried to take from me, and I did it all with grace. My journey is far from over. It is merely the beginning of a new chapter. So, if you want to continue on this journey with me, like and subscribe to follow Helena's next chapter as I navigate the complexities of love, ambition, and everything in between.